Hi YouTube, this is Retta. I'm going to do a reading. Put our conspiracy hats on, people. So we're going to do a reading on Imran Awan. I've had a lot of readers, a lot of subscribers request this, and so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to see if I can get George Webb and see how his work is going to work with Imran Awan. I don't know if it's vice versa or versa versa. I just want to say thank you guys. I have, like I told you guys, I have a Facebook page, which is Intuitive Retta on Facebook, and then within that page I have a group. And in my group, like most of you guys know, my son just graduated from college. He's still in college. And he's changed so much, because when he first started to go to college, when he was in college, he was all about, being a lawyer, and, he had a different perspective. And then the last few years he was interning in the summertime at a school in New York City. And they offered him a job, and he took it. But the job is kind of like an intern that will help. It's a job, but it's also with the school. So because he's working on his graduate degree, so it's like a work type learn. So he's still in college and he's working, so he's not really like, he's a teacher as he says, an educator, but he's still in school. And this program allows him to get like hands-on training as he's in school. Okay, so he was supposed to have a kindergarten class, and then I guess there was something going on where there wasn't enough kids, so they put him, I guess it takes him a while to put in the syllabus for, you have to like have a whole year schedule and what you're going to teach and everything for the kindergarten class. And last minute they changed him to first grade, so he has a first grade student, and he really loves it. He's really fell in love with these children, and I'm so proud of him. First, because my son is a man of color, and he's working in a kind of low income, low funding school. And I'm proud, because even if these children don't have a firm man in their life every day, as like a father, because a lot of the kids are like single parents and stuff, they have him. He's such a sweet boy. And my son, he's accomplished a lot. He has a speech impediment, so he stuttered a lot through school. It gets better as he gets older, but he still does it. So for him to take this position and for these kids, I just love it. So my group has decided to help me kind of adopt his classroom, because a lot of the things that the kids need, it comes out of my son's pocket, and he's a poor college student too. So he's poor. So, but he takes this little bit of money and tries. So they, and he's all about, trying to, he kind of broke my heart. So he's all about, trying to encourage these kids and give them positive incentives and help them with, what is that? The power of like manifestation, he said, what was his words? He was so sweet. He was like, Ma, I'm trying to give incentives for the kids, because sometimes they have really rough days, and when they have rough days, it's hard for them to see the good. And I want to have incentives for these kids, so when they're with me, there's always good. And it just really broke my heart that he thinks like that. So my group has decided to help me adopt these kids, to so we can have school supplies and like incentives for the kids. So they have agreed. If you guys are interested in helping us along to adopt these kids, I would appreciate it. I do these readings here on YouTube, and this is my way of giving back. And if you guys could help me, you know, kind of make some change in these little kids' lives, even though they're first graders, you know, that's the beginning of their education, and then getting excited for, you know, school and knowledge and stuff like that. And I even had one of my subscribers, she does books, and she's like, she's like, I have books. Oh, I can find books. And I'm like, she's like, I don't have the cash, but I have, you know, books, you know, that would probably be interested for first graders. And I'm like, oh my God, that's wonderful. So stuff like that, if you're interested in donating, he's setting up a PayPal for it, but for right now, you guys can use my PayPal. Just put on there like donations and for the first graders, and that's at my PayPal is redaware@gmail.com if you're interested. And he's setting up a P.O. box if you guys just want to get like school supplies or like little incentives, little gifts that little first graders would like, you know, that they could win for having a good week or being student of the week or something. That would be great. So that's enough of that. I'm just very, very proud of him. I'm very proud of him. That he's making a change in his community. He's one person, but he's trying to make a change. And I cried all day yesterday, you know. And I never in 1,000 years would have thought that he would have took this career path. And now that he has, it's really, like, really changed, you know. It really broke me down. And I'm in my old age, I'm crying. And he sent me pictures of his students and stuff, and pictures of his classroom, and it just made me cry. It really did. So you know how we always say it takes one person, one thing to make a change in your environment. And you know, and him being in, you don't really see that many men teachers these days. You know, when you get older, but in the beginning, like kindergarten, first grade, you don't usually, I know I didn't have any male teachers until like older. And he's young, you know, my son is very young to be a teacher. But he loves it, and he wants to encourage it. Eventually, he says he wants to go on to, you know, years down the line, he wants to go on, I believe, to be a principal. But he was like, he didn't realize, he's like, he just sent me a video message this morning, and he's walking, because he works from between working and school. He lives far away from the school, so he has to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and to get on the bus, because he's in New York City. So he's gone from 4 o'clock in the morning to 12 a.m. every day, 5 days a week, because he's in school. So after he's done with his work day, he has to go to school. And he was like, Ma, he's like, I love teaching. He's like, I didn't realize how consuming it is. It is very time consuming, but he loves it. So this is Imran Awan, and I want to see what's going on around him. I'm just pushing these. Let's just see. He's on a journey. Okay. So they're trying to say, so look at what's underneath. I don't know if you guys can see these. Oh, Lord. So all around him, what's behind him? He's had a lot of anger, a lot of fighting. It looks like maybe with like an older gentleman, like maybe a parent figure or stuff. There's a lot of anger, or someone who's above him. They're angry with him for some reason. So that was behind him. In front of him, it looks like kind of like a celebration that's going on in front of him. So that could be in the future, that could be now. The foundation that he's on is in regards to homes, thievery, and a judge. So it looks like, here's the judge. So his foundation is some type of, you know, scene before the court in regards to thievery, of stealing or taking things from, this could be a house, this could be, it's saying house, but I'm also looking at it as it could be a building, it could be a structure. So stealing from a structure, and he has to go before the court. So I don't know if he's still in the justice system right now, but it looks like he is. He's on top of the justice system. It looks like on his mind is money, and he's been receiving messages. He's been receiving messages and also a journey. So I think he might leave. I think his mind is how to get out of it, how to leave. I think he wants to leave the country. He wants to leave the country. I think that the judge is interested in the money he received and his thievery of what he received and what he received, the money or whatever he received for it. And he also, the information which is a letter, it's information coming in, the information that he received from this thievery. So I'm thinking this is talking about like all the information when he was working at the DOC. Am I saying the DOC? I'm thinking that's DOC is Department of Corrections. My fault. The Democratic Committee with the Democrats. Wasn't he like the IT guy or something like that? So that's very interesting. So I want to, let me use this. I kind of like this little deck. So I'm going to go on Imran. And let's see. He's thinking about trying to escape. So I don't know if that escape means him escaping or snitching, but it's showing that he did do some thievery. He did do some stealing in regards to information. So, you know, the letter is like the written word. So even though computers are, it's a new form of kind of like written word, because there's information. So Imran, what's it? Imran Awan, something like that. That's his name. So we'll just see. Awan. I think his last name is Awan. Imran Awan. It's like a tongue twister. So, alright. And the weather. I know everybody wants me to, the weather's horrible. My intuition is telling me that a lot of these storms are man-made. There's my tinfoil hat again. They're not just natural. I think some of them were natural, and then it's been increased on. Yes, I do believe in weather wars, and I do believe multiple governments have the power. What do you think all those chemtrails are for? So right now, the main concern is his thievery, his betrayal, his thievery, him stealing. So that's right now what's going on. The cross to bear is his thievery for financial gain, but he lost it. You know, so he was stealing for financial gain, but this thievery, this financial gain wasn't worth it because he's lost. He's lost out on something. So I think the thievery, you know, he's lost out. I think he thought he was going to be free. I think he thought he was going to be free. I think he's like thinking back. I think he did it for his family, his group that he's in, this thievery. He lost out. He's doing a lot of nostalgia right now. He's thinking back. He's kind of emotional. Thinking of how he could have did things better, changed things, this and that. I think with this, I think he's looking at that, but he lost something. So he wasn't quite paying attention to what he was doing. So when he lost something, that loss is like evidence. So, you know, he left something behind. So he stole, but he left some trace behind. He left it behind. He wasn't paying attention the way he should. Maybe he was overconfident. Maybe he was too focused on something else that he kind of left something behind where they can kind of track him. He's thinking, oh, I wish I could have did this better. I wish things were different. I think that this was a type of family thing with the emotions. So this was like something that was done, I'm seeing, because it has a lot of emotional. So it's like an emotional tie of nostalgia. Let me see, in the past. The past, he was a fool. So he was on a journey. He took this journey, a foolish journey. You know, with the fool, they do things, they don't think about it. And sometimes they take that leap of faith. And that's what he did. Let's see what's on his mind. He's worried about this Empress. That's on his mind, the Empress. To me, the Empress, guess who the Empress is? Their birth card. So it's either he's worried about his mother or his wife. I don't know if he has a wife, if she's pregnant. Or the Empress can also mean Hillary Clinton, because she is the Empress. Her birth card is the Empress, but I'm not sure. We'll see. The Sun. So yes, that was telling me that yes, when I said Hillary Clinton, after I said it, it's yes. So Hillary is on his mind. And the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is like going forth and not thinking too much. You know, she put in the plan and going forth on the plan. So I'm thinking that this was a plan thing. He was in on the plan. He was in on the plan. I thought that was the Knight, but the Page of Swords is a planner. She's a thinker. She's smart. She plans. You know, she plans, she manipulates, she's ready. So I think that he was in on the plan. I'm thinking Hillary was in on the plan. The Knight of Wands. Let me see. The Knight of Wands. He went forth without... I knew that my intuition, I don't know if you see it, was hitting on something. Because when I thought that was a knight, and I said going forth without too much thought, that's what just came in. It wasn't for the page. My energy was already going to this one. So he was going forth too much on the thought. So he was just going forth. He was just going forth. You know, not too much thought, just going forth on his own, his own needs, what he wanted. You know, his passion, whatever he wanted. And this is the Ace of Swords, which is like also, it's like cutting through the bullshit and getting to the truth. So he's worried that the truth is going to come out. Because he just went forth with no real thought. He just went and did what he felt he needed to do. He didn't really have any thought in process. And that might be where it's showing up on here, where he left some stuff behind. Maybe to leave a trail to him, that the truth is going to come out. And it's going to delay his world, also his travel, because the travel was on his mind. And the world can be about travel. It's also about your world. So the truth in his world, he's worried about the truth coming out in his world, and also him traveling, him unable to travel. This was a plan. So, I don't know if he's still in jail or not. This was the plan. He was working as a group. He was working as a group. He was just like a middleman. He's not anybody up top. You know, he had a couple of soldiers underneath him. I don't know if you call them soldiers, but worker bees underneath him. And, you know, he wasn't on the top, but it was a group effort. Group effort. And he thought he was balancing, and things just kind of got out of hand. They thought things were balancing, but things kind of got out of hand. Let's see. What does is his jail? Is he going to jail? Is he having legal issues? Let's see. Page of Pentacles, Temperance, Balance. I don't see him. Well, here we go. There's the Hierophant. Finally, hold on. The Queen of Swords. There's a woman that's going to come forward. She's stressed. Queen of Swords is a woman lawyer. So what I'm seeing is there was some celebration. You know, they were going forth, getting the information. It was about balance. I think his family is very much involved. Things changed real fast. Something ended. So I think a lot of his relationships with his family and a lot of things changed within the family. It ended. There's the Hierophant, and there's either new emotions. So there's the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about bureaucracy, you know, the law, order. So he's emotional. So I don't know if there's a relationship. So he's kind of emotional with this Queen of Swords. So there's a Queen of Swords that he's an emotional relationship or something with the, or have an emotional connection in regards to this Queen of Swords, and it has to do with him going before the court. What the heck? I don't know. There's some stressed out. I don't know if this... There's some stress going on. Hold on. I'm still trying to... The Emperor, Trump. So there's some stress. I'm seeing Trump in here. So he's in between the Emperor. And this is a lawyer. So this Queen of Swords is like a lawyer... a person that's highly intelligent. I don't know if Deborah Wasserman, does she, I know she was on the Democratic committee, but what is her profession in like real life besides being, was she a lawyer? Like Hillary Clinton's a lawyer. This woman, whoever this woman is very, very smart. There's an emotional connection between him and this woman. She's very smart, like in law, stuff like that, business. It's stressing him out. He's stressed out. And there is the Emperor. This is the Lover's card or choices. So I'm not sure if he had some type of relationship with Deborah Wasserman. I don't know if she is the Swords, is the air sign. So whoever has an air sign, astrology. I don't know where my book is. I think I did Debbie Wasserman. I don't know if she's an air sign. Horoscope, if she's an air sign. It's either air, yeah, you know, if she's the air sign, or it has something to do with being a lawyer, something like that. He's stressed out because he's in between this woman and the Emperor. And this is choices. And things coming down around him. The Tower, sudden change. The Ace of Wands is like fiery, judgment. It's like new movement. So there's going to be a change. The choices. So I think he's in the process of whether or not he's going to snitch or tell. I don't know if he's in jail or not. I see him thinking about travel, like getting the heck out of town. I know he got caught trying to leave. I'm not sure if he's still being held or not. I think that the Tower event is going to be quick, fast, and it's going to make a quick change and put new movement in regards to a judgment. The judgment is the, so what is this is in regards to, so judgment, something new coming in, new position, new money. New position, new money. What the heck? Waiting for your just goods. I'm trying to figure out. And victory. Going off to victory. So he's waiting. I think he has information he's willing to give. And he'll give this information if they let him go. That's what I'm seeing. He has information. He's worried about this Empress woman. Empress woman, and it said yes, which is the Sun. And I also see this Page of Swords. It's about planning, but I think he has a lot of information about the Empress, which is Hillary. I see I see things like a swift change. He might make his choices, might make a swift change, new movement in the judgment. He might give in information. He might give out information. He's waiting to find out if they will let him, you know, go be cleared, have his little victory dance, have everything, if they let him go. Because he wants to go. He wants to go across the pond. He wants to get the heck out of Dodge. So he's willing to snitch or give information in regards to this Queen of Swords, who he has an emotional relationship with. This Queen of Swords, he's more worried about the Empress. That's who's on his mind, but he had some type of emotional relationship with this Queen of Swords, so that's kind of stressing him out as to whether or not to tell. But I think he wants to leave so bad, get out of town. For him and his family, he wants to go, so I think he's willing to snitch. This has went on a little bit too long, so I'm not able to get into the George Webb one, but maybe I'll try it later. So I hope this reading made sense. I don't really remember what I'm just saying. Sometimes I have to go look through the videos again myself, because I kind of like get into another zone when I'm doing a reading. So sometimes I don't even know what I said makes sense. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and come on over to Facebook and say hi. Alright, bye.